You would never scream at a stranger. You would never throw a bottle at a car. You would never shove someone to the ground. But put you in a crowd of 1,000 people, and there is a real chance you would do all three. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why crowds turn normal people into someone they do not recognize. In 2095, a French psychologist named Gustave Le Bon published a book called The Crowd. His central claim was radical. He said that when individuals merge into a crowd, they lose their individual identity. They become part of a collective mind. Le Bon argued that in this state, people become more impulsive, more emotional, and more suggestible than they would ever be alone. For decades, scientists dismissed Le Bon as dramatic, but then the experiment started, and the results were disturbing. In 1969, Philip Zimbardo ran an experiment at NYU. He gave female students oversized coats and hoods that hid their faces. Then he gave them a button that delivered electric shocks to another person. The disguised students shocked others for twice as long as those whose faces were visible. When people felt anonymous, their behavior changed dramatically. Hold on, this was not about bad people. Every participant was a regular college student. The anonymity itself was what changed them. Zimbardo called this deindividuation. The idea is simple. When you feel invisible inside a group, the normal rules you hold yourself to start to dissolve. Your personal identity fades, the group identity takes over. And that group identity does not have the same moral compass you do. This explains something researchers have documented for over a century. In 1986, Brian Mullen analyzed 60 lynchings from the early 1900s. He found a clear pattern. The larger the mob, the more brutal the violence. More people meant more anonymity, which meant less personal responsibility. But de-individuation is not the only force at work. There is also something called emotional contagion. Research shows that emotions spread through crowds like a virus. One person panics, and within seconds, the people around them feel afraid too. Brain scans confirm it. When you see someone express intense emotion, your mirror neurons fire as if you were feeling it yourself. If you are finding this fascinating, join the community and subscribe so you do not miss future deep dives like this one. Here is where it gets really interesting. Modern research has challenged the classic de-individuation model. Psychologists Stephen Riker and John Drury studied real crowd events, including the 2011 London riots. They found that crowd members do not just lose their identity, they adopt a new one. People in crowds develop shared social identities based on the situation. A peaceful protest crowd has different norms than a sports riot. The crowd itself creates rules, and members follow those rules with surprising consistency. To be fair, that changes the whole picture. Crowds are not mindless. They are following a different mind, the group mind. This also explains why crowds can be forces for good. During natural disasters, crowds often self-organize rescue efforts before authorities arrive. Strangers form human chains to pull people from floodwaters. Bystanders rush toward danger to help. The same psychological forces that drive mob violence can also drive heroism. It depends entirely on what social identity the crowd adopts. So, what triggers the switch? Researchers point to three key factors. First, a perceived threat or injustice that unites the group. Second, a sense of shared identity, us versus them. And third, the presence of a catalyst, someone who acts first and sets the norm for everyone else. The digital age has added a new dimension. Online crowds form instantly and dissolve just as fast. Social media mobs exhibit the same de-individuation effects. Anonymity behind a screen, emotional contagion through viral posts, and shared identity through hashtags. The psychology is identical. The scale is unprecedented. The next time you feel swept up in a crowd, online or in person, remember this. You are not losing your mind. You are borrowing someone else's. The question is whether that borrowed mind is one you would choose. Have you ever felt a crowd change you? Drop your experience in the comments.